Imagine opening a door to the past and walking into a world that looks like it stopped breathing yesterday. Not a museum of bones, living scenes frozen mid-act, animals so perfectly preserved you can almost hear them breathe. Today we'll meet fossils that don't feel ancient. They feel immediate. They feel alive. And every one of them asks the same question: how did this survive the ravages of time? Let's start on a scorched coastline more than 520 million years ago. What is now Morocco. A volcanic blast slammed into the sea, dumping molten ash and scalding slurry over the seabed. Trilobites, tiny armored arthropods, were swept up and entombed. But instead of the usual flattened impressions, we get 3D bodies: legs curled in motion, gut tracks outlined in volcanic ash, soft tissue impressions preserved with surgical clarity. Some were frozen mid-step. Some have sludge packed inside their mouths, literally sketching their internal anatomy for us. It's as close to time travel as science has ever produced, and that's not an isolated miracle. In New York, rock layers rich in iron turned swift mud flows into preserving agents, yielding trilobites with gills, antennae, eggs, and fully articulated walking limbs. These creatures, 500 million years gone, look uncannily familiar. They look like neighbors from another age. Fast forward 250 million years to the cracked plains of South Africa. Here we find not a fossil turned to stone, but a mummy. A Lystrosaurus dried and preserved by extreme drought. Skin texture, wrinkles, the thickness of hide. Not scales, but leathery hippo-like skin. One individual is the oldest known mummy on Earth. Nearby lie others, entire groups, preserved as if they had simply stopped and not yet realized the world had moved on. Why did they die together? What catastrophe took them all at once? The bones hold the question, and the silence around it. Then the sea gives up a hunter. In cliff faces in the UK, paleontologists discovered a pliosaur skull, astonishingly intact. 2 meters of jaw and tooth, suspended in rock like a trophy. Its teeth are serrated, knife-sharp. CT scans show sensory pits still visible, the plumbing that let it sense prey in murky water. This animal was not just big, it was engineered to hunt with terrifying efficiency. Imagine looking at a mouth that old and realizing it could still slice a hand. Some places preserve everything. These are Lagerstätten, fossil deposits that trap soft tissues, not just bones. The Burgess Shale in Canada is the crown jewel. Whole animals with muscles, guts, even brains fossilized in spectral detail. Creatures here look more like aliens than anything we see today. Strange limb arrangements, bizarre body plans. And yet, their preservation gives us a full picture of life 500 million years ago. But preservation also comes in small, microscopic packages. Amber, tree resin fossilized into glassy time capsules, has frozen moments of life. Insects locked mid-struggle, a spider mid-strike, and in the most jaw-dropping find, a dinosaur tail. Feathers, skin, muscle, even color patterns. Chestnut above, pale below, all sealed in golden resin for nearly 100 million years. You can look at a piece of amber and see the actual texture of a creature's feather. That's not imagination, that's evidence. Cold preserves as well. In the Siberian permafrost we found yucca, a woolly mammoth calf kept intact for 39,000 years. Fur, organs, and, astonishingly, pockets of liquid blood. Nearby, another excavation pulled out a whole horse, complete with eyes, hooves, fur, and again, liquid blood. Scientists have revived cellular activity from these remains in controlled lab settings. Not to resurrect, but to probe the limits of life and decay. How can organic molecules survive tens of thousands of years and still hold the whispers of life? Every one of these discoveries does more than decorate a museum shelf. They rewrite what we thought possible. They show pathways of preservation we didn't think existed. Volcanic furnaces that immortalize soft tissue. Iron-rich muds that lock limbs in motion. Resin that traps color and muscle. ice that arrests decay and keeps blood liquid. The past, it turns out, is not a closed book. It's a paused film reel waiting for us to press play. So what does this mean for us? It means the stories we tell about ancient life can be richer, stranger, and closer to reality than ever before. It means fossils are not just fragments to be guessed at. They are scenes to be interpreted, whole acts to be watched and understood. If you like this trip through time, hit subscribe, because we just scratched the surface. There are skulls that bite back, animals trapped in tree amber with stomachs full of dinner, and cliff faces that hide entire skeletons waiting to be pulled free. Next week, we'll open one of those cliff faces and walk a pliosaur's world. You won't want to miss it.